we've witnessed such high site traffic and we were having such a low conversion rate. I think we had in the first month 70 abandoned carts. So it says a lot, doesn't it, really? And so I think getting around that is key for us.
Hello and welcome to this latest version of the Checkout Scout tent. And today I'm joined by Chloe Taylor, who's the founder of Unearthed.co. That is a vegan marketplace online. Chloe, welcome to the tent.
Thank you for having me.
Let's just kick off. Can you just describe how you got to your current role?
So for me, it took a lot of working for other people to realise that I wanted my own business. I've always wanted to have a career in fashion, but I've also got quite a lot of passion for sustainability. So I wanted to merge the two.
So tell us a bit more about Unearthed and what it actually does and offers as a marketplace.
Unearthed, as you said rightly so, is an online vegan marketplace, and we only list vegan certified products in the beauty and fashion sector. And the reason being is when I was doing my dissertation, we found out that a lot of people who are trying to go vegan or are vegan and have aced the diet but now want to make the switch with all of their other lifestyle products are finding it really, really difficult to find products that are genuinely vegan and not just greenwashed by brands who don't necessarily know the true definition of what a vegan product is. So we wanted to make it a lot more simple by having all of these products in one place, so customers don't have to be scouring the internet with 1,000,001 tabs open to try and find these products.
Where do you source the products? Do you have a whole range of different smaller retailers, or do you source products directly yourselves?
So we operate using a dropshipping model as a marketplace. It took a hell of a lot of reaching out to different brands. There's quite a few well-known brands that we've got on the site, like West Barn Co, who are the creators of the soap brow. We've got Dr. Botanicals on there too. But yeah, it's literally those companies have their own brand page on our site, and they are then responsible for shipping out the items to the customer.
So obviously it's been an amazing, short and powerful journey to get where you are. What have been what would you say are the biggest challenges in setting up the business, and how have you managed to overcome them?
I think for me, because my background is in fashion and sustainability, going into a tech-driven business has been very, very difficult for me. And so trying to do it all of myself to begin with was probably my biggest challenge, in all honesty. But what I then found that I had to do was delegate and try and not do everything myself. So we've brought in a web developer, great team, and they've aced the site for us. But alongside that, I think the most difficult thing with any startup company is raising the capital to do something like this. And I don't think to begin with, I had kind of thought about how difficult it would be to do that through a crowdfunder, because it's so easy to say, yes, I'm going to raise this amount through this method, but then in reality it could be completely different. So we actually ended up taking out a business loan to be able to get to where we are now.
What platform is your website built on now?
So we're built through Shopify, and the reason we did that as a marketplace is because in my initial research, when I was looking through the different brands I wanted to get on the site, I noticed that a hell of a lot of them were using Shopify. So I'm not sure if you're familiar with, but I'm guessing you probably are, when you have your own Shopify store, because you can have a marketplace set up through Shopify. There's this thing where you can just do a Shopify sync, and it's so much quicker than having each individual brand have to upload a CSV file. So that's exactly why we did that.
What are your current challenges? You mentioned just there your own in-house product line. I assume that takes us a whole different ball game in terms of sourcing.
Yeah. So at the moment, to be honest, our challenges that we found is shipping costs. And I think Amazon have set the bar, I think, on their free shipping and next day delivery and it being so fast. So for any marketplace, really, it's really difficult to compete with that. And to begin with, we were operating in the sense that the customer would have to pay each individual brand's shipping rate that they set normally on their own websites. But this would mean that when a customer would get to checkout, that they could be seeing shipping fees of anywhere from £15 plus, depending on where they live in the world. And that's been really difficult for us. So I think switching over at the moment, this is what we're doing, to having free UK shipping on orders over a certain amount, and then £3 delivery for anything under that value is the way that we're getting around that. And I think that's really going to help, because we've witnessed such high site traffic and we were having such a low conversion rate. I think we had in the first month 70 abandoned carts. So it says a lot, doesn't it, really? And so I think getting around that is key for us.
Yeah, that sounds like a really interesting lesson, looking at your abandoned carts and then taking action on the delivery fees. What suppliers or providers do you use to help with delivery?
So because our brands ship it out themselves, they use their own carriers, but I know a lot of them use DHL, and one company that we're bringing on from the US called Carryuma, they're a really cool shoe brand. They actually use DHL's Go Green campaign, which we're looking into as well, to potentially use if we shift to a wholesale model in the future.
Is there anything that you're using currently, or you can recommend or talk about that's helped grow the business?
Yeah, definitely. One of the key things I think for us was doing Google ads. That's been absolutely key, because the type of customer that we have for our marketplace is the type of person that searches endlessly on Google to find the types of products that we stock.
So what technologies or software providers would you recommend?
So we actually outsource our Google ads with a brilliant team called Bidnamic. And I think it was key for me, to be honest, after having the realization that I couldn't do everything myself, like I did with the web development side of things. I really wanted to make sure that with our Google ads, I was in the right hands and went to a specialist rather than try and do it myself. And Bitnamic have been absolutely brilliant in terms of ROI. So that's fantastic. And also, from a marketplace point of view, we actually use an app called the Multi-Vendor Marketplace by Webcall, I believe, through Shopify, and that's been absolutely brilliant too. It's how we've pulled in all of our brands' data, and they also have their own brand login and are able to access their sales through there. And as soon as we set up our commission, it automatically shows us what our payouts have to be, less our commission. So that's really, really useful.
So coming towards the end of our little short interview, you've obviously got your own e-commerce company up and running. What else is out there that you admire? What would you like to own if you could have another one that's out there?
Do you know what? I think it's a brilliant brand for me, because I'm so passionate about sustainability. There is a brand called Guppy Friend. I'm not sure if you're aware of them, but they're absolutely brilliant. So considering we're in the fashion and beauty sector, there's a lot of polyester that is in clothing worldwide. And when you wash them in your washing machine, it releases microplastics that go out into the ocean. So what Guppy Friend is a bag that you put all of your washing inside of when you put it in the washing machine, and it collects all of the microplastics so it doesn't go out into the ocean. And I just think that is brilliant.
What funny incidents or anecdotes have you had on your journey, perhaps with some of your customers or suppliers, you can share with me?
Oh my gosh, this might be a bit TMI, but one of the brands that we've got on the site called Flux Undies, they basically do period underwear for women, so that it's more sustainable. You don't have to like go out and constantly buy tampons and dispose of them. Like, you can just reuse these and stuff. And so we've had a customer buy them for a mum as a gift, and we were told it was brilliant for unexpected leaks in terms of laughing and having a damaged pelvic floor. So that was quite an interesting review to get from one of our customers.
Yeah, but I suppose it's quite it's no laughing matter for some.
I know.
That was a review on your site.
Yeah, it was brilliant. It did give us a giggle.
Well, look, Chloe Taylor, I hope Unearthed.co goes from strength to strength. It seems like a great idea and just right for the time. But thank you very much for joining us on our Checkout Scout tent.
Thank you so much for having me. It's been a pleasure.